Hello friends, today's question. A ball is projected from the ground at an angle of 45 degree with a horizontal surface. It reaches a maximum height of 120 meter and returns to ground. Upon hitting the ground for the first time, it loses half of its kinetic energy immediately after the bounce. The velocity of the ball makes an angle 30 degree with the horizontal surface. The maximum height it reaches after the bounce in meter is. So in this case, it is given that we have a projectile which is initially projected at an angle of 45 degree, and suppose this is a projectile and this is maximum height which is given as 120, and the initial angle of projection is 45 degree. Here it is bounces at this point, let us suppose A, and this is B, and this is point C. At C point it bounces and makes an angle of 30 degree like this. So this angle is now 30 degree, and it is given that upon the hitting the ground first time it loses its kinetic energy by half. So we have to find out what will be the maximum height, this one, after the bounce. Okay, let us call that h. So we say that if u is the velocity, initial velocity u, and here let us say its initial velocity after the bounce is v. Okay. Then we can say that the maximum height the ball will reach, let us call that h1, maximum height reached by the ball is h1, and which is given as u square sine square of theta divided by g, 2g rather, and here theta is 45 degree and h1 is given as 120. So we write 120 is equal to u square sine square of 45 divided by 2g, and from here we can find that u square upon 2g is equal to 120, and let this be question number 1. Now after the bounce it is said it loses its kinetic energy by half. And say when the ball hits the ground, it loses its half of the kinetic energy. Therefore, we say that before hitting, let us suppose the kinetic energy is given as Ke1, and which will be equal to half u square, and after hitting let us suppose the kinetic energy is given as Ke2, which will be equal to half of Ke1, and the velocity after the bounce is v. So from here we can say that Ke2 will be equal to half v square. Now we substitute all the values. We can say that our half v square is equal to half of half m u square, and m goes with m, 1/2 goes with 1/2. So we can say that our v is equal to u divided by square root of 2. And if its maximum height is, let us suppose, given as s2 after the bounce, say after bounce, its maximum height is equal to s2, and we can modify the formula. S2 will be equal to v square sine square lattice angle is now phi divided by 2g. Here phi will be equal to of 30 degree. So we can write this as, we already know v is u square by root 2, so this comes as u divided by root 2 whole square, and this will be sine square 30 divided by 2g. So we get s2 will be equal to u square upon 16g, and we already know that u square upon 2g is 120, but u square upon 2g is equal to 120 from equation 1. Therefore we can write our h2 will be equal to, this will be coming as 1/8 multiplied by u square. I think there is some mistake on my part. It has to be, yeah, my mistake. This is 4. Okay, because sine 45. Yeah, now it's correct. U square by 4g. So you can say this will be 1/4, and u square upon 4g, and we substitute the value. This is 124 multiplied by 120, and we get h2 will be equal to as 30 meters. So we can say s2, this goes by 30, so s2 will be equal to 30 meters. So this is the maximum height after the bounce. This is the maximum height after the bounce. Okay. So this completes the question. Thank you.